Hello everybody, welcome back to another live stream with Britcent and with me, Stephanie. I hope you guys can hear me okay. Please let me know in the chat if we are live. I've noticed there are some of our regulars in the chat already. Hello to Sun Young, welcome back, how are you? Hi to Chan as well, hello, how are you doing? And Sohyun, welcome, and also to Bagdilet as well. I hope you guys are okay. You've had a good day today. Hello to Sky, welcome back as well. I'm glad you can hear me okay. Hello to Nina, hi. And Silver Paper, I'm very well, thank you. How are you? I hope you guys are excited about this live stream today because I am, namely because it's quite a controversial one that we're going to be talking about rude words basically in English, in British English, ways to insult people in British English using vulgar language. So if you are under 18, you shouldn't be here. If you're over 18, welcome. Hello to Over the Moon and Leo, hi. And Kaylee, hello. I haven't seen you here before. Where are you from? And have you joined us before? Maybe you've been quiet in the chat. But I'm glad to see lots of people here today. Silver Paper is well, good. I'm glad you're okay. Hello, Jade. Brilliant. Hello, welcome. Soyun says, I found your YouTube channel. Do you use your account? I just have an account on there, but I don't do anything with it, really. Just browsing. So nothing interesting on there. I would probably stick to the Britcent channel. There's much more to see. Oh, Soyun, you're 13. Oh, well, if you're really 13, then maybe you should have an adult with you. Yeah, just so you know that this is not for kids, okay, or very young people like yourself. I'm going to be using some bad language in English. So, yeah, it depends how you feel about that. But maybe you could ask your parents first. Tell them that I told you about this and I gave you a little warning. So maybe they can sit with you if you want to stay. Bagdalet is 18. Okay, you're okay then. You can stay for sure. Kaylee said she's from Taiwan. Oh, lovely. I'd like to go there. Claire, I like your orange sweater. Thank you, Claire. I thought I would wear something a bit bright because it is actually summer. Not that it looks like summer here because it's been raining all day. Always different weather. It's so unpredictable here. Sky said, I've got the second COVID vaccine today. Oh, that's brilliant. How are you feeling? Are you feeling any side effects or are you okay? It's okay, Sohyun. Oh, see you next time. But just remember that usually this is for adults, 18 plus. I don't always use bad language, of course. It's just today that I will be. So I don't want to influence you in a bad way. So it's best, maybe see you next time, okay? Hello to SY, welcome back. And hello to Sojin, hi, how are you? And Unsol as well. We have lots of people today. This is good. I like it. Sky said, painful arm. Ah, yes, I had that after my first vaccine. But it kind of eased off after a day. So hopefully you'll be okay. I've got my second vaccine in 2 weeks' time, actually. I was supposed to have my second vaccine in August, but the government are trying to get people to do it sooner. So I was able to kind of reschedule my appointment to a little bit earlier, which is fine by me because I'd like to get it done ASAP. If some of you were here last time, you probably know what ASAP means. as soon as possible. Sanyang says the rainy season will start soon in Korea too. Ah, okay. Yes, a lot of my students have told me it's been raining over there on and off. We don't have a rainy season in England. We have rain throughout the year at different points. I guess it rains more, obviously, in winter. Yeah, but you should never be surprised that it rains in England. Always carry an umbrella, no matter what the weather is like, no matter where you are, always carry one. Hello to Lily, hello to Sowu as well. Welcome, guys. Thank you for joining me today. So, as I said earlier, we're going to be talking about words and phrases that British people use in order to insult other people, so to offend others. Now, a lot of these words are vulgar, which means they are very rude. So you have to be careful how you use them, of course. But I thought that this would be interesting for any of you if you watch British TV shows or British films. You'll probably hear a lot of this language because it's kind of slang, you know, everyday kind of rude words that people use. So you definitely would hear it in British TV series, British films as well, music as well, and in YouTube videos that you might watch online, anything like that. Of course, if you're living in the UK, or maybe you're planning to live here, or you've already lived here, you might find this interesting or useful. If not, it's good to know this language. It doesn't necessarily mean you should use it because, of course, I guess you don't want to go around insulting people. But I think it's good to know some of these words so that if you hear anyone using it, you'll know what they're saying, basically. And it's quite funny and fun, I think, to kind of learn this sort of like slang, I suppose. So just back to the chat. Over the Moon has asked, out of curiosity, are you supposed to get a mismatched vaccine? Very good question. I heard something about that in the news the other day. As far as I know, at the moment, we're getting the same vaccine that we have on the first one. So if you get Moderna on the first one, you'd get like you'd get Moderna on the second one. So you can't really mix and match. Although I've heard that they're saying that that's more effective now. So I'm not really sure whether they're going to change that rule. But so far, it's always the same vaccine each time. Hi to Young Dan as well. Welcome, welcome. So back to the language. Let me share my screen with you to show you my slides. There we go. So as I was saying, yeah, a lot of the language is going to be vulgar today. So yeah, just a little warning. There are some words which are stronger than others, and there are some words which you can use in different ways, as in some of them can kind of be used as an offensive phrase, like or word, or if you say it in a softer, like jokey tone, they could be used just to kind of be friendly or make fun of someone. Okay, you like the picture? Yeah, I thought it was appropriate for British insults. So before we start, I wanted to teach you, if you didn't know already, this, a term of endearment. So I was just wondering whether any of you knew what it meant, because as I said just now, some words can be used as an insult, so they can be used to offend someone, but they can also be used in a different context as a term of endearment. A term of endearment is a word or phrase that you use to show that you love someone or that you care about them. So you're using it in a friendly way. So it really depends on who you're saying this to, how you say it, so your tone of voice as well. And I'll give you a couple of examples of that as we go along. So let's start with our first insult. The first one, now this one is a mild one, okay? So it's not vulgar, meaning rude. It's not really rude. And it's not too strong. It's quite mild, okay? So we'll start mild, but then we're going to get stronger very quickly, okay? So the first one is this, Muppet. So maybe some of you are familiar with the word Muppet from another context. Have any of you ever heard this before, Muppets? And let me know if you have any idea what it means. In Britain, we use this to talk about, well, to insult someone, but it's usually in a kind of like friendly way. Okay, like a jokey, friendly way. So it's not a very strong insult. Okay. Young Dan has said, a doll for a play. Okay, you're on the right track. Yes, you're on the right track. Maybe you're thinking of puppet, though, with a P. But it's a similar kind of thing. Yeah, I will show you a picture in a minute. The font has changed. Yes, exactly. I've changed it a little bit for today. And Sonia has suggested like an idiot. Exactly. Well done. Yeah. So if you call someone a Muppet, it basically means you are an idiot, you are a fool. Okay. So a silly person, somebody who's done something silly, you know, something foolish. Okay. Sky has suggested moron. Yeah, like a moron, but moron is stronger, I would say, than Muppet. Muppet is kind of a bit friendly. Maybe you guys know the Muppets. You are right, Sun Young. Well done. Maybe you know the Muppets, these characters. Have any of you seen these? I don't know if you're familiar with these in your countries. But these are from, well, they were created by a guy called Jim Henson for children's TV programs. Like Sesame Street, maybe you know Sesame Street, and The Muppet Show. These characters are called the Muppets. So we have Kermit, the green one, Kermit the Frog. Do you know the names of these other Muppets? Sojin said, I've seen many memes. Aha, yes, there's a lot of Muppets in memes, yeah. So you guys know these? Yeah, do you know their names? So we've got Kermit, the green one. What's the blue one? What's his name? Any suggestions? Cookie Monster. Yes, exactly. Well done, Sojin. Yes, Elmo's friend. Right, yeah. And what about the top right? What's her name? She's a very famous Muppet. I think she's married to Kermit the Frog or his girlfriend. I can't remember. But yeah, the green frog, we call him Kermit. Kermit, Kermit. Annie has suggested Piggy. Yes, yeah, Miss Piggy, her name is, Miss Piggy. Well done. So we've got Kermit the Frog, the Cookie Monster, and Miss Piggy. And these are all characters from the Muppets. And this was created in the 1990s, like early 90s, these puppets here. And basically, the word Muppet comes from them, okay? So it's like you're calling someone a Muppet. Like, obviously, they're not idiots. They're lovely characters. But if you call someone a Muppet, it means you idiot, you fool. Why did you do that, you Muppet? Okay? So let me give you an example using Muppet. So imagine your friend puts food in the oven but forgets to switch it on. And you're all really hungry and you're waiting like, when's the food ready? When's the food coming? And then you realize, oh my God, you forgot to switch the oven on. So we're all starving here. So then you could say to your friend, oh, let's go back. You're supposed to switch the oven on, you Muppet. Yeah, it's like saying you idiot. So you can use Muppet in this way. You're supposed to switch it on, you Muppet. So we often say you Muppet, meaning you idiot. Okay? So this is a good one to joke around with your friends. Not extremely offensive. okay? Not vulgar, not really rude. So this one is quite tame, okay? It's quite mild. So yeah. Can anyone think of another situation where you might call someone a muppet? Sojin said, ha ha ha, that happens to me every day. Does it? Oh dear. That's funny. So yeah, you can use this with friends just to kind of, you know, tell them they're an idiot, basically. Now, the next one, we're going to go on, and the next ones are going to be quite strong, okay? Hello, Shay, don't worry, welcome to the stream. We're on to number 2 now. Here we go. So here we go. Stronger, more vulgar language. The next one is this one, which I'm sure some of you might have heard before. It's quite a common and very, you know, used word. You've probably heard it on TV and stuff. Bastard, okay? We tend to use this for men, to talk about men who are, well, not nice, basically, unpleasant, okay? This is a vulgar word, so this is a swear word, bastard. So if you say you bastard, it means like, I guess in America they would probably say, instead of bastard, maybe they'd say son of a bitch, or something like that, or jerk, maybe. I think jerk is a little bit softer. I think in American they might say son of a bitch, yeah. But we say bastard, and it means an unpleasant man, okay? So we use it for men. Don't worry, we have others for women, but we do have a lot for men as well. Right, looking at the chat, Sun Yang says, I put a charger on my phone, but I forgot to plug in the outlet. I'm always a muppet. Yes, that's a very good example of calling yourself a muppet. Yeah. Don't forget the You have to say a muppet. You're a muppet. Okay, so here we go. Bastard. So yeah, you could say it in a, you know, kind of angry way. If if you don't like someone, yeah, you could say, for example, her ex is such a bastard. I don't know how she stayed with him so long. Okay, so her ex-boyfriend is such a bastard. So he's not a nice guy, basically. Okay. Shay has asked me, so in the UK they don't use son of a, not that much, to be honest. I wouldn't say son of a bitch. No, I'd say bastard instead. I think son of a bitch is more of an American thing. I'm not saying that's officially like that, but to be honest, like the people around me and myself, I wouldn't really use son of a. I'd use bastard instead. So you can use it this way. Does anybody know the actual meaning of bastard? So the actual, like, original meaning of this? Because a lot of these words that we use, they come from words with a different, like the words have a different meaning, which is not used anymore. Yeah. Chan said, oh, you'd rather say bastard. Yes, exactly. I would say bastard probably. Yeah. So, but if you look at like Old English or literature, for example, from the Shakespearean time or other Elizabethan English, it has a different meaning, this word. So Claire has actually written it, an illegitimate son. Well done. So basically a child who has been born outside of marriage, okay? In the past, they used to call these children bastards, okay? So it wasn't a swear word or a rude word, it was just the word they used. Obviously, we don't do that anymore. We don't say that anymore because it's quite normal to have a child outside of marriage these days, and it's not taboo. So we definitely wouldn't use it. And in fact, the word has become a swear word for a horrible person, so we use it this way. But originally, that's what it meant. So that's a good piece of trivia for you. But you can also use it in a jokey way, in a nice way, okay? With a friend, perhaps. So this is what I mean by term of endearment or tone, and also using your tone of voice differently. Okay, so look at this. You could say, "You won the lottery again? You're a lucky bastard. You know that." Yeah, so you can say, "You lucky bastard." Obviously, you're not insulting the person. It's not rude in this way. If you're obviously, you would use this with a good friend, okay? But it's kind of like kind of like a jokey, friendly thing to say to someone. "You lucky bastard." So you use it with lucky, yeah, or other adjectives, okay? Henry has asked about the original meaning of bastard. Does it mean illegal son or daughter? It actually means both. You could say it for, males or females. Yeah. Sojin said, "I wish I were a bastard." Do you mean a lucky bastard? So yeah, you can use it in a kind of more pleasant way this way. All right. So that was number 2. We're now going to go on to number 3. Here we go. But Sanyang has a quick question. Is it used only with lucky? It's often used with lucky. I'm trying to think of other words I'd use it with, other adjectives I'd use it with. Maybe sneaky. You sneaky bastard. Sneaky. Or cheeky. Like when somebody does something that they shouldn't do, or they're like a little bit rude to you. For example, if someone says, I don't know, "Make me a cup of tea." So they don't say, "Please, could I have a cup of tea?" They just say, "Make me a cup of tea." And you say, "Oh, you cheeky bastard, make it yourself." Okay, so it's like saying, "How dare you? Why would you cheeky bastard." So you could use it that way. But again, like your tone of voice has to go up because you're being kind of almost friendly. Young Dan says, "Can it be said you are a good bastard?" Not really. I wouldn't really say that. No, I wouldn't use the word good. I'd probably say things like lucky, cheeky. What was the other one I said? Sneaky, those sorts of words. Yeah, but I've never heard it used with good. No. Sanyang has asked how you write cheeky. Oh, cheeky would be CHEEKY. Cheeky. So it's like the cheek on your face. Cheeky. Cheeky. All right, so let's move on to number 3. So the third one. Here we go. Number 3, let me know if you've heard this one before. Bellend. Exactly, Sanyang. That's how you write it, with a double E. Well done. Has anyone heard this before? Again, very British. It's not something Americans would use. Has anyone heard this before being used as an insult? Let me know in the chat if you know what it is or what it means or how we use it. Silver Paper said, "I never heard it before." Chan's never heard it. Young Dan said it's new. Okay, so this is new. Maybe you've not heard it used, because it's a very British thing. Okay, well, bellend is, again, used for a man, usually. It basically means an idiot or an annoying person. So it could be an annoying person or somebody who's a bit stupid. You can call them a bellend. This is vulgar, okay? This is quite rude because it means penis, basically. So a man's private parts. It means penis. So it's a bit like saying dick, I suppose. If you know the word dick, then yeah, it's kind of like that. Silver paper, it looks like a good word. Yeah, so I'll show you how you can use it. Have a look at these examples. So you could say the Prime Minister is a total bellend and should just step down, okay? Step down means that he resigns, okay, from his position. Lots of you are saying, oh, to the meaning of this word, okay? But yeah, we often use it with words like total, absolute, complete. Like we tend to use it with an adjective before it. A total bellend, like this one. Or the other one, when you're drunk, you dance like an absolute bellend, you know. Okay, so this is it's like you're insulting your friend and saying to him, you look like a total idiot when you're drunk and you're dancing. Yeah, you look like an absolute bellend. Okay. As you can see, like if you say this to your friend, it's not a really strong insult for them. It's kind of like you're just making fun of them. So it's not super offensive, but it is vulgar, of course, because you're talking about, men's private parts in a rude way. But yeah, you'll hear it a lot, this one, especially if you watch things like, I don't know if any of you have watched The Inbetweeners. The Inbetweeners is a British comedy show. It's really, really funny, and it's about a group of like schoolboys, basically. I think they're about 16 years old or something, and they're always using language like this between them, like just joking around, you know. Annie has written an example. Stop it! You look total bellend. Good one. Good. You just have to say it. You look like a total bellend. You look like a total bellend. Yeah. Very good example. Well done. Okay, so now we are going to move over to a word that we use for women this time. Here we go. Slag. Has anyone heard this one before? Slag. Does anyone know what it means? What do you think it could mean? So it's a bad word to describe a woman. What do you think it could mean if you were to guess it? Chan has asked me about the previous one about bellend and said, is it often used by teenagers? Yeah, but it's also used by adults as well. Yeah, I would say, yeah, lots of people use it, to be honest. So, does anyone know this one? Shay said, I've heard it before. Okay. If you look up the meaning of this, you might find a different meaning because it also has another meaning which is nothing to do with being offensive or rude to anyone. But we use it for basically a bad word to describe a woman who likes to have a lot of men. Okay, so I've written an explanation. Again, this is vulgar, so this is really rude. A woman who has many casual sexual relationships or encounters, okay? We would maybe call her a slag. If you wanted to offend this woman or wanted to offend someone like this, you could call them a slag. In American English, they would not use this. It's definitely not used in America. They would probably use the word slut. So you might have heard that before, S-L-U-T, slut. Or maybe whore as well. But in Britain, we often use slag. Okay. So, yeah. Sun Young said, isn't there a word for a man like that? Actually, not really. And that tells you a lot about language and culture, doesn't it? We don't actually have a word for a man who has a lot of casual sexual relationships, but we do for a woman. Sexist, right? Yes. Oh, my goodness. Shay, do you mean this is a word for a girl's name? Really? Okay, interesting. Well, in England, yeah, it's quite a strong word. So let me give you an example. Again, I mean, I would never say this, of course, but some people might. So A says to his friend, she said she was going to go out with James, but then she slept with his best mate, meaning his best friend. And the other one goes, oh, what a slag. Okay? What a, In America, slut. Yeah. So yeah, you can use it this way to insult a woman. Okay, we don't use it for men. But Shay says it means beautiful girl from heaven. Wow. My goodness. Okay. That's quite different, isn't it? There you go. So we also use it as a verb, however, in a different way. So I wanted to show you a different meaning of slag as a verb, which has nothing to do with women, okay? It's not about that. But it's a good piece of slang for you. So we often say to slag someone off, okay? So slag someone off, this is a slang phrase. It means to criticize someone very harshly. So to say bad things about someone, often without them knowing. So slag you off, okay? For example, you could say, oh, sorry, I keep jumping forward by mistake. Here we go. I hate the way she's always slagging people off behind their backs. It's so two-faced, okay? So yeah, in this case, obviously it's got nothing to do with slut or anything like that. It just means somebody who is talking about other people behind their back, saying horrible things about them. She's slagging them off. He's slagging them off. Okay, so to slag someone off. This is a different meaning, but very useful in slang, British English. Yeah. I guess maybe you could say, like in American English, they might say like talking shit about someone. Obviously you can say that in England as well, but you could say slag someone off, which is not as vulgar as using the word shit. Okay. So back to the chat. Some of you are laughing. Over the Moon says the word slag reminds me of the movie Silver Linings Playbook. In the movie, she was regarded as a slut. Ah, I do remember watching that film a long time ago, but I don't remember that part. I'll have to watch it again. Yeah. Basically, yeah, it means gossiping about someone behind their back, but not gossiping, but saying bad things about them, criticizing them, okay? Slag someone off means to criticize someone, say bad things, like negative things about them, okay? So you could also say that the newspapers were slagging him off. For example, that would mean that the newspapers were writing, you know, horrible things about him. Yeah, you could say that, yeah. So Annie has written, I just don't respond when they slag the boss off because I don't want to be the same people with them. Very good, good example. Just the second part, I would say, I don't want to be like them. It would make it much more simple to say it like that, okay? But yes, that's a very, very good example. Well done, yeah. Okay, good job, guys, well done. So let me know if you have any questions, and please don't be afraid to ask me. I know that today we're using really bad language, which is not something we usually do, but I think it's quite useful if you're, watching and listening to a lot of British shows and films and things like that. Okay, so really good to know. But I wouldn't go using these words unless you're with really good friends. So moving on, we've got a few more to go. We've got 3 more, so we're moving on to number 5. Here we go. Number 5, another S word, sod. Now this is an interesting one. I'm glad you're finding it useful, Silver Paper. I hope the others are as well, or at least finding it amusing today. So sod. Okay, this one is, again, it has an original meaning. Chan's never heard of this one. Okay. We tend to use it to refer to people who are difficult, so a difficult person, difficult to deal with, or an unpleasant person. Okay, again, it's vulgar, this one. Yeah, so we often use it with an adjective. For example, we could say, oh, you lazy sod. Okay, so it doesn't actually mean anything on it. So it just means, like, if you say, oh, you lazy sod, it's like you lazy person. But obviously, stronger than saying person. Okay. For example, have a look. You could say, get off your arse and help me clean up, you lazy sod. Okay. Obviously, if you say it like that in a harsh way, it's quite strong. But you might say, I don't know, if you're trying to clean the house and your partner is not helping you or something, you can say, come on, you lazy sod, let's clean up. So it depends on how you say it. If you say it in a soft, jokey way, then it's not too bad. Okay. If you say it harshly, like I said it the first time, it would be quite strong. Okay. Chan is asking, what is arse? Arse is your bottom, your behind. Get off your... In America, they say ass, A-S-S. But in England, we say arse, A-R-S-E, which is your bottom, your behind. Get off your arse, meaning get up, basically. Maybe this person is sitting down doing nothing. You lazy sod. So you can use it like this. The actual origin of the word has nothing to do with anything, but it comes from sodomite, which basically means or meant, because it's not used anymore, a homosexual, so a gay man. We used it for that in the past, not anymore. So it doesn't mean a gay man in a bad way anymore. It's just used like as a kind of way of saying, yeah, you difficult person or annoying person, something like that. Okay, but it comes from that word. What else did I want to show you? Oh yes, however, we can also use it as a verb, sod off, meaning go away, or in American, get lost. Okay, so if you tell someone to sod off, it basically means go away. Okay, but in a more vulgar way. Okay, for example, he tried chatting her up, but she basically told him to sod off. Okay, I suppose you could use the F word here. You could say F off. Okay, but sod off is less strong than using the F word. Okay. She told him to sod off. She told him to get lost, go away. Yeah. Chan is asking a question. What does it mean to chat up? Very good question, very good question. This is an informal phrase in British English. If you chat someone up, it means you kind of try to flirt with them. You try to start a conversation with someone that you're interested in a kind of, you're interested in them for romance or more, that sort of thing. Okay, so chat someone up, it means to like flirt with someone. Yeah, so yeah, flirting with someone. Exactly, Sky. Yeah, very good, guys. Okay, we've got 2 more to go, so we're going to move on. These ones are going to take a little bit less time because I've got pictures to show you. But I think I have a picture here. Let me see. Oh, no, I don't. Okay. Number 6. Here we go. So, number 6 is knobhead. I always think this one sounds quite funny. Be careful of the pronunciation of the first word. The K is silent, so it starts with the N, knob. Knob, again, it means penis. Okay, so knob means penis, so knobhead obviously means head of a penis. But again, it's not so strong, so, you can use it with a friend. Again, we normally use this for men, okay? It basically means a stupid person, an idiot, basically. Yeah, Sun Young, you got it. It is vulgar because of the word knob, which means penis, in a slang way. So I found some cards, which I'm going to show you, some kind of birthday cards and posters that I thought were quite funny. But first of all, you could say to someone, you absolute knobhead, why did you do that? Okay, so it's like, you absolute idiot, you total idiot, why did you do that? or he's such a knobhead. Okay, and a lot of the time, because it's difficult to pronounce the B at the end of knob and the beginning of the next word, H, together, like knob head, lots of people normally drop the H when they say it. So they'd say knobhead, knobhead, like that. You knobhead. Yeah. Some people also just say knob, a knob, without the word head as well. Just as I am says, a difficult man means a picky or fussy man. Yes, it does. It does. Or awkward, somebody who's not easy to live with, perhaps, or deal with. Yeah, good question. Shay has commented, everything means penis. Yes, a lot of these do mean penis, to be honest. Yeah. Hello to Abu, welcome. So here we got some posters. For example, the one on the left, I think this is more of a birthday card. Number one mate. Number one knobhead mate. So you could give this to your best friend on their birthday to say, you are my number one knobhead mate. Okay? As you can see the picture, I suppose they're trying to make this person, this guy, look like a bit of a knob, like a bit of an idiot, you know, the way he's dressed, his expression, etc. And on the right, I found this poster, picture of you know who. Yeah, it is Trump, silver paper, knobhead, idiot, basically. So yeah, when I Googled knobhead and images, these are two of the ones that I found that were quite funny. So yeah, as you can see, in Britain, as I've said before, like with British humour, we often like to make fun of people. So on our like cards, like birthday cards and things like that, we often have like jokes like this. Like we call our friend names, basically. Yeah, I've also got some cards for the next one, so I'll show you this one. It's pretty funny as well. Google is smart. Yeah. Okay, so that's knobhead. We were talking about men's parts, but now we're going to talk about ladies' parts. The final one, number 7, is twat. Twat. So the actual meaning of twat is ladies' private parts down below. Okay, so vagina, basically. Okay, but it's obviously a very old word for this, and you know we wouldn't use it to talk about that part of the body. We would only use it as an insult for somebody. Yeah, and it just means an annoying person, an unpleasant person, basically. Yeah, it's vulgar, very vulgar. Some people don't use it. It's quite offensive, basically. We often use it with phrases like you daft twat. Daft means you idiot, like idiotic, like silly, that sort of thing. Okay, daft is spelled D-A-F-T, daft. Yeah, so I found some cards, again, online. Let's have a look. Here we go. Birthday cards or celebration cards. The first one, once upon a time, there was a twat. It was you. The end. Or 40 and still a twat. So these are very British humorous jokes, like on birthday cards, insulting our friends to say you're an idiot, you know, that sort of thing. Yeah. Sanyang says, I don't know why so many swear words point to genitals. Exactly. I don't know either, but yes, they really do. Yeah. So yeah, next time you're in a card shop in England, why don't you buy one of these for your friends who's turning 30 or 40 or whatever, and yeah, see what they think. Obviously, it depends how you say it, as I said before. Like a lot of these words, you can use them with your friends in a kind of jokey way, like to show that you're so close, you know, you're so close that you can use that language. But you have to be really close to the person to use them in that way, okay? And it does depend on your tone of voice as well. If you say them in a harsh way, you know, then yeah, it could be vicious, it could be rude, to someone. So that is all. We are now going on to our mini quiz as usual. Are you guys ready for a mini quiz? Let me know in the chat if you are. Shay says, I'm turning 30 soon. Ooh, maybe you'll be getting one of those cards, Shay. Happy birthday. I'm turning 35 soon, so think about that for a moment, okay? It's my birthday next week, actually, on Tuesday, which is why I won't be here next week. It's my birthday on Tuesday. I'm taking a day off. And yeah, I'm turning 35, which is crazy. I don't feel 35. And I'm sure, Shay, that you don't feel like you're going to be 30. I get it. I get it. Right, here we go. Mini quiz. Let's start. First question. So, you might remember we had the word sod earlier. And this question uses that. So if somebody says they've done sod all today, what do they mean? Do they mean they've done nothing, lots of things, or everything? Which one is it? A, B, or C? Write your answer in the chat. Let's see who gets the right answer first. Got some answers coming in. Any more answers, guys? Well done. Okay. So the chat has slowed down on my end, so I'm guessing that's it. But it looks to me like, Chan, you were the first one to get it right. Well done. The answer is A. Fantastic. Good, guys. The answer is nothing. So if somebody says, I've done sod all, it's a slang way of saying I've done nothing all day. Okay? And I found a funny t-shirt, by the way, that I wanted to share with you. Have a look at what it says on this t-shirt. It's a fishing club, yeah? Fishing club lifetime member. Caught sod all. Do you get it? So yeah, I thought it was pretty funny, this one. So basically, caught nothing at all fishing in this fishing club. No fish. Oh dear. Pretty funny. Yeah. So we often use it like, what did you do today? Oh, sod all means nothing, basically. Absolutely nothing. Okay, here we go. Next question, number 2. If you say that your neighbour is off his rocker, what does this mean? Does it mean A, he listens to rock music, B, he's mad, or C, he's noisy? Which one is it? Off his rocker. Any ideas? Write your answers in the chat. And let's see who gets the right answer first. Okay, we've got some answers coming in now. Let's see if anyone else joins in. Okay, well done, guys. It looks like Silver Paper was the first one to get it right this time. The answer is B. He is mad. Yeah, if you say you're off your rocker, it's a slang way. It's not rude, it's not vulgar, but it's a slang way of saying you are crazy, you're mental, you're mad. Off his rocker. So, yeah, my neighbour is mad, but not mad as in angry, mad as in crazy, okay? Crazy, off his rocker, yeah. Well done. Great one, guys. So you could say, for example, you must be off your rocker if you think that's a good idea. You must be mad if you think that's okay. Or, I think my grandmother is a little bit off her rocker these days. Yeah, so yeah, it just means losing your mind, basically. Off your rocker. Okay, one more to go. This one is related to what we did last week. If you remember, some of you were here. we talked about acronyms and abbreviations in texting. So I have one for you here. What does the acronym FFS mean in texting slang? Let me know in the chat. Do you think it means A, for my friend's sake, B, for sake, F word here, swear word, or C, for your father's sake? Is it A, B, or C? What does FFS mean when you're texting someone? Okay, we're getting some answers in. Well done, guys. You're getting them all right. Fantastic. It looks on my screen like Sky got it first, so well done, Sky. But the others have also got it right. The answer is B. Well done. Yeah, so this is an expression we use. I don't know if you guys have heard it before anyway, but it's basically a phrase that we use to mean like when we're annoyed about something, when we're really annoyed, we can say, oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. Silver Paper said, I've heard it a lot in British dramas. Yes, exactly. We do use it quite often. If you want, you can be a bit less vulgar. Instead of using the F word, you could say, for God's sake. So you could use God instead. Or for Christ's sake. So you might hear people saying, for God's sake, for Christ's sake. Or, if in a more vulgar way, the F word, for sake. But when you're texting, and if somebody writes FFS, it means that, basically. Okay, so it's used so much that it means that we use it in texting as an acronym. So you want to show, oh, you know, why are you asking me that? Oh, for fuck's sake. So you want to show that you're annoyed with someone. I actually found a really funny text. Have a look at this. So the person on the left, the white chat, says FFS. The other person says, what's FFS? And the other one goes, for fuck's sake. They say, I'm sorry, I'll ask someone else. So I thought this was pretty funny. Let me know if you get it. But yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Okay, so some of you are writing lol, awkward, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like an extension of last week's subject, abbreviations. Yeah, this one is a little extra. Sky says, off the rocker. Rocker is a kind of chair? I don't think so. I think maybe you're thinking of a rocking chair, but I'm not sure where it comes from, to be honest. I'm not sure the origins of this. Shay says, I didn't get it. Oh. It's basically the person is using the abbreviation FFS, but the other person doesn't know what it means. So they're saying, what's FFS? And the other person is kind of explaining what it is. But the person thought that he was like saying, oh, God, you're annoying. And said, okay, I'm sorry, I'll ask someone else. But he was actually just explaining what FFS meant. Yeah. Silver Paper says, similar joke is, what is secret? It's secret. What is secret? It's secret, like that. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Yeah, I thought this was good. So that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching today and for joining in. It's been great fun. I hope you found this useful and not too strong for you. So yeah, I will not be swearing every week, but I thought today it might be fun and useful for you, especially if you're watching British things, to know a little bit about our, casual language and how we insult each other in British English, because you probably have heard lots of American terms used, like asshole or jerk or, scumbag and stuff like that. But we don't use those in Britain. So yeah, I hope it was useful. Lots of you are saying thank you. You're very welcome. Thanks a lot. I won't be here next week, as I said, but I will be here the week after. So I'll see you then. Yeah, have a lovely rest of the week. So I'm laughing at Sky, who said, I hope I will never slag others off. Nice. Oh, thank you, SY, for the birthday wishes. Take care, and I'll see you very soon. Bye, guys.